and I'ma get it. You know I be on the what? Yeah. You know I be on the what?
G'day guys, welcome back to another video. This one is a big one and I keep procrastinating, but I need to paint this bus. The paint came yesterday. It's like a roof, it's called Thermobond. It's a roof reflective paint for houses, but there's no grit in it or anything, so I should be able to get a decent smooth finish on the bus. Hopefully it turns out alright. Alrighty, I think I'm going to change this one up a little bit and just add a voiceover to the whole thing, because it was a huge job, there's a lot of footage and there was a couple of gaps in it. I just really wanted to get the job done, so I didn't really focus on filming too much. Right here to start the painting process, I first of all told Kerry's sweep melt, which I used to wax and grease remove the whole roof, just get rid of anything on there, seeing as though it had been a few days or maybe even a week since we had washed it. This primer is a little bit thinner than I expected, but should be all good. I'm not sanding the whole bus, but this primer should be fine without sanding. I think I know a couple of people who have used this stuff, this primer anyway, and they have said it sticks fine to a shiny roof, which the roof's not even that shiny. And I know someone who's used the paint without a primer altogether and they've been fine, so should be good with this. Right, that should do. Now that I've finished trying to justify why I didn't bother spending God knows how many hours sanding the whole bus, let's move on to priming the roof. This rolling method wasn't too bad. I'm glad I got a pole for the roller, made it a lot quicker. If I was to do it again though, I'd do it completely different, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Just for reference, this whole section is sped up 120 times. I was focusing solely on the roof here because I believe we had a couple of days coming up that were pretty hot, and I really wanted to see how much difference the thermal properties of the paint made to the inside of the bus. I didn't use the pole for this because I was really trying to get a thicker coat on. I think I did another coat of primer off camera because I believe this is the top coat. Here, Carrie was tasked with painting the in-between the windows with primer. In hindsight, I should have just bit the bullet and taped up all the windows, but I was really trying to save time, seeing as though we had to re-tape later to paint the window frames, so I really didn't want to tape them twice. Just want to jump in here and say a huge thank you to Joe from Solution Industries, which is where we got the paint from. He was great to deal with. After a little phone call he sent me a message and we were talking through just text, and he was replying at all hours pretty much, and even on weekends. I feel like there was a public holiday in there as well that he was replying on, so I was I was quite happy with the customer service there. And yeah, do recommend this paint is for a house roof, so I guess use at your own risk if you want to use it on a motorhome or anything. But yeah, so far so good. It was good to do. Like, it was easy to use and whatnot. So I think it's going to be fine. But might touch back on it after a couple of years or something of use and let you know how it's held up. Anyway, back to the video. paint the edges.
So you're paint here.
Oh, so we go.
So you're gonna roll.
No, we do like this. Why not paint?
Daddy, do some of that, okay?
We do up here.
Yeah, paint. Do it slowly, otherwise you get paint everywhere.
Hang on, Olu. Or you can do hand down here, though. Like a circle.
The boys were really hanging to paint the bus. They kept harping me when I was doing the roof. It was pretty difficult to coordinate 3 children to paint though, but we got there in the end. Typically they gave up about halfway. After telling a few people about painting the bus and getting weird looks from every single person that I told that I was rolling it on, I decided to go out and get a cheap airless sprayer. This is the hindsight that I was talking about earlier. I should have got it from the get-go. It took 5 of us about 2 hours to do the first coat of primer, whereas it took me literally half an hour to do a spray coat all by myself. Plus the finish turned out a lot nicer and thicker, and it looks like it would be so much more durable. Alright, now to the finishing touches. Repainting these black lines was kind of satisfying. It made them really pop and tie it all together. Just don't look closely because there are a few runs. Doesn't really look like I'm doing anything here, but I'm adding a piece of trim strip to the top of the understorage door. I did all the others as well, but I don't think I filmed that, and it really finishes it off. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Alright, this part was really annoying and just made me wish that I sprayed from the start. After seeing the finish on the bottom where I'd sprayed, I thought I'd do the front end for durability reasons, but getting the paint ratio right for this gun is a little bit of a hit and miss. I think I made the batch a little bit too runny and I ended up with overspray everywhere. On the windows was fine because I could just scrape it off, but it's on the paint too and it really frustrated me. I think I literally spent 20 minutes rubbing the grill here trying to remove all the little white dots, so yeah, quite annoying. It's not perfect, but I call it done regardless. Now it was just the window frames on the driver's side I needed to complete. I did do the passenger side, but I think that was all off camera. Carrie spent literally a full day taping up these windows. I just painted this with a gloss black enamel and the GoPro's about to go flat, but it turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. I think that's it for this one, but don't leave just yet. I'm going to put a before and after just at the end here. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one, which is actually quite an exciting one. I'm pretty keen to post the next one. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye!
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah.